Hey everyone, welcome to today's episode of Aussie Garage. Today we're here with Carlo and we're checking out his amazing man cave, and he's got a small car collection here that is unreal. So let's go and have a look. Right, g'day everyone, welcome to today's episode. Today we're here with Carlo. Carlo, welcome to the channel, mate.
Thank you. Thanks for coming around.
No
Appreciate
worries.
it. Yeah,
no worries. Now you've got an awesome man cave here going on with a few cars to have a look at.
Yep.
But first we're going to start with this EH.
Okay.
Now I believe this was your son's first car?
Yeah, it's my son's car. Yeah, first car. He was 15 when we purchased it. Because my first car was an EH. Actually, my dad had an EH. I started an EH, and then my son loved the EHs, so he wanted an EH. So we found him one at the age of 15, and he got his hands dirty, and we went through it and rebuilt it all. We spent a couple of years building it. Yep. And yeah, did the whole interior, rebuilt the motor and gearbox, and a whole lot. And yeah, it was ready for him to drive it at the age of 17, and as a daily driver. Yeah, he was spoilt a bit, but he got his hands dirty and he appreciated the car.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a pretty good first car.
Yeah, it was actually. But yeah, like I said, he got his hands dirty and appreciated it. And well,
that's an awesome thing, isn't it? You know?
It is, yeah. And it's like 28 years now we've had it. It's been parked up for about 10. And he started a family and stuff like that. So it was sitting around, so I parked it up here and where we went. So about 6 months ago, I got it back on the road. So I've got another EH I want to start as a project, but the incentive to start working on cars again. It's been a while, but yeah, I started on this one and now I've got the incentive to build my other one. Yeah,
nice. Yeah, a bit of motivation.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So what kind of condition was this one in when you guys first got it?
It was unregistered. Definitely wasn't that colour. I can't remember the colour it was actually, it was a while ago. So we changed the seats in it, had the whole interior reupholstered, put a 202 in it. 5-speed Celica gearbox in it.
Yeah, nice.
When I just rebuilt it, I put a Commodore diff in it, just give it a bit more strength. He kept snapping axles in the old one and blowing diffs, so I thought, no, this time I'll put a bigger, stronger diff in it. So
it's a pretty bulletproof driver on that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is now, yeah. It's got 14s on it, 14 by 7s and 14 by 8s on the rear.
Do you know much of the history before you guys got it?
No, we didn't. No, I can't even remember the area that we bought it from, actually. It's going back a while ago now, yeah. He's very happy with it, and every time he comes, he's living in Kalgoorlie, every time he comes down, he wants to take it out, and my grandson wants to go in it for a cruise as well.
Ah, beautiful.
So the way he's going, he might end up with it. So that makes it 4 generations of our family driving our first cars in the EH.
That sounds like a nice legacy to carry on.
Yeah, it is actually, yeah. Good. Yeah, very happy.
So when it came to the paint job, this is an awesome colour. Yep. Did you guys paint this at home yourselves, or did you send this out to get painted?
No, I had a painter, John Riccardi, painted it for me. He painted all my other cars as well. He painted this, and believe it or not, it hasn't been compounded yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so the buffer hasn't been on it. So it's as nice as it is, and yeah.
And you're saying it's 20 odd years?
28 years, or 26 years has been on the road.
Yeah. So it's holding up fairly well then?
Very good, yeah.
Yeah, because I can't see many
road
chips or anything
like
like
for something that he drove every day, went to tape with it and everything else, so yeah, very good. Doesn't see the rain anymore like it used to, but he used to drive it every day. So
I noticed the old 80s style sort of sunroof in there. Was that something you guys put in, or was that in there when
it was there? He liked it, so we decided to keep it.
Looking around, you've obviously got a passion for cars. Where did that all come from? Where did it start for you?
Well, look, I did my time as a mechanic. Did my apprenticeship. What got me started? My dad had an EH, and he virtually handed it down to me. It was grey and white, and my first driving it around in the first 3 months sort of drove it, actually had an accident, smashed in the front fender on it.
Okay.
And right-hand fender. And from then on, I virtually got it fixed, and I had it resprayed. And believe it or not, I painted a similar colour. I've got a picture in the cabinet there, similar colour to this. Okay. But my son didn't know, he didn't see the photo, what colour I actually painted my first car. And then when I was working, and then I had a guy from America, Al Rinke. He came on the scene working, because his wife's a school teacher. She came over here to work for a few years. He had a 57 Chev back in the States, and he started raving on how what you can and can't do, these Chevs and whatever else, and he put a V8 in it, behind the 3-speed column change and all this sort of stuff, and he gave me the incentive to start on the Chevy. So when I was about 19, I ended up buying myself my first 55 Chev. So I built that. I put it in a Patagonia showroom, and I ended up winning a couple of trophies for that. One was for best paint, and the other was for custom classic. Yep. And then in '77, I was getting married, November '77. So obviously back then he needed the money, so I thought I'd sell the Chev. I spent 18 months building it, drove it for 6 months, and yeah, in the end I ended up selling it. Well, I was going to sell the Chev. Somebody come along wanted to buy my EH, so I thought, okay, I'll sell the EH.
Yep.
So I sold the EH, and then about a few months later, I come along and wanted to buy my Chev. So out of 2 cars, I ended up none.
Yep.
And then for 20 odd years or more, every time I saw a Chev drive past, I was kicking myself for selling it. And when my oldest son was 10 years old, I took him down. I knew the guy who brought it. I went down and showed him the car, and I asked him if he wanted to sell it, and he didn't want to sell it. So anyway, I let it go. Time come along, and I found my other Chev down in Mandurah. It was just an all original. The only thing that wasn't working was the left-hand park light. So my wife was with me, went down, had a look, we drove it around, all good. And that was, geez, well, that's about 28 years ago, 30 years ago now, about that. So yeah, then I started on that one as well. So
yeah, nice.
And
Well, we'll have a look at that one later. It's very impressive.
But the Al Rinky, unfortunately, we ended up being really good friends. He went back to America, and unfortunately, somebody went through a red light and he killed him, unfortunately, and then he passed away. So yeah, but I got a lot of memories of him, and I got some photos of his car and stuff like that from the early days that he showed me and gave me.
Yep.
Yeah. But that's what got me started on the Chevy. But EH, I've always been a mechanic. I always wanted to play with it.
Yep.
In the early ones, I had like a 179. I'd put solid lifters in it, and you could hear them rattling down the street. And the old
You sure could.
yeah, the solids in it.
Yeah.
The torque that I used to have in the old 3-speed column I used to have, that's sitting the lights of the 351s against the XAs, Now, I used to leave them behind until, because the diff ratio that I had on it was a low ratio, I used to get up and go, but they used to take me on the end.
Yeah, they'd catch you down.
Catch up. So, but yeah, it was good. A lot of good fun.
Oh, awesome, mate. Wicked. All right, well, I reckon let's pop the bonnet and have a look at under this one. All right, nice.
It's a 202, standard 202, but Strongbird 2-barrel carby and a set of extractors. Being a first daily driver for a 17-year-old, I thought just keep it pretty well standard, about too much horsepower as it is. So.
Yeah, no, that's a perfect idea, I reckon.
So,
But these never came out with the 202, did they?
No, 149s and 179s.
And any modifications to it internally or anything like that? Or you'd like to see
just the
kept
seats,
it fairly...
just the seats and the 5-speed Celica gearbox virtually. Pretty well, everything's pretty standard on it. Just a 2-barrel Stromberg carby on it. They're like the GTR Torontos come out with, standard carby on those. People used to put Hollies on them, but I think the Hollies, the 500 is too much fuel for them. They used to guts them up, especially being a standard motor.
Exhaust system on this one?
Just a straight inch and a quarter, inch and a half. Toronto front end in it, disc brakes on the front, and standard on the rear, and a brake booster.
Yeah, it's a common upgrade, that, isn't it? Was it the HR K-frame they put under them?
The HRs or the Toronto ones,
So did you guys go through the motor yourselves, or did you have that, have a mechanic? Obviously being a mechanic by trade.
I had it rebored and freshened up, and I reassembled the motor.
Yeah, and did your son help you out with that process as well?
Yeah, he was watching what I was doing, telling him what all the settings were and what you do and what you don't do when you rebuild.
Yeah, nice.
So give him a bit of info on it. So
I really like the idea of that, because when he's driving it, he's going to know every aspect of it.
That's right.
Yeah, he will have had his hands on every aspect of the car.
That's right. Same as the gearbox. I pulled the Celica box apart and rebuilt that, new seals and bearings and stuff like that. So why go and throw a second-hand one in there, and then you got to pull it out again. Someone's going to do it, refreshing it before you put it in. So best way of doing things. No. Save doing it twice.
Let's roll around and have a look at the trim.
Yep.
Ooh, these are comfortable.
Yeah, very nice.
So you said you upgraded the seats. What did these come out of?
Now you got me. I honestly can't remember now. They're adjustable seats. They'll be a Japanese make, I'd say.
Yeah, maybe a Prelude or something like that.
Yeah, it's been a long time ago now. I can't remember what we got them out of, but it is an actual Premier body.
Yep.
The trim and everything's off a Premier, the console and all, so we just put a taco in it. But yeah, next thing maybe I'll end up doing, my grand starts driving it, put a power steering in it, put a rack and pin in it, change that. But yeah, pretty well left. Yeah, gauges, and that's about it really. Everything else is pretty standard.
Yeah, and it just looks like an older school build definitely in here. So 28 years ago.
It was 28. It was all reupholstered. We got seats, front seats in it. Put these in it. It was completely reupholstered by Myrie Trimmers.
Yep.
A good friend of mine, and he did the job for me. He did a great job, and it's still in good condition after all these years.
Yeah, no, it looks great.
Yeah,
it's obviously been well looked after in that time as well. So I assume it was pretty just original and tied in here when you got the car.
Yeah, it was a standard seat, bench seat.
Yep.
And got rid of that and put the buckets in it, and where we went. And worked out the colour scheme and what we wanted and how we wanted to do it.
There would have been fresh carpet at that point in time.
Yeah, a whole lot. Yeah. It was all done back then. Everything was everything from carpet to boot to everything. Everything was done. So the door trims, a whole lot.
Yeah. And I like that the original dash cluster and everything's in here.
Yeah.
Hasn't been modified or had later model gauges put in or anything like that.
No.
So.
And the other thing too, when my son had it, he put a smaller steering wheel, and smaller than this one. I end up finding this one. I end up putting this one on a ring, and I just rebuilt the car about 6 months ago. Oh, not rebuilt it, just got it back on the road, and I ended up putting this in there. So something a little bit bigger and a bit easier to steer. Don't want a little bit too no power steering.
Especially with no power
steering. Yeah. Well, he's 6 foot and built like a brick shed house.
Yeah, so these low slung seats would be perfect for him then.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, drops it right down. And anyway, it's one of those things where they enjoy it and I enjoy taking that out as well. And he's, because we were 18 when he got his license, we had it ready when I was 17. I used to go and pick him up from school, or on the weekends and say, "Dad, let's go for a cruise," you know. We were going out together, and I was driving, and he was wrapped. So. Yep. Yeah.
Perfect bonding time. That's
it was actually. Yeah. Even getting his hands dirty underneath and clean all the underneath.
Yep. All right. Well, let's go around the back and have a look around there.
Yep. Not a problem.
These tail lights.
They do normally start pitting, as you know. That one has got a little bit, but this one is still pretty good condition for something that's so old. So.
Yeah, well, they'd be, 64, so I can't do the maths that quickly.
Yeah,
but
it was 60, I think it was 60 or 61 this year, I think it was 60 last year. I think it was last year was 60 years for the EH,
Yeah, so when you think about it, these things are getting quite old.
Yeah, they are.
They're older than what they were when we were younger, let's put it that way.
Well, unfortunately, they're still younger than me, so.
Yeah. No worries.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's,
it's nothing special, just being carpeted. When he first job, he started working at sound system, and he put a sound system in the car. So got the battery in the boot behind the sound system.
Yeah, it just neatens it up, doesn't it? When
it does.
Panel them in.
Yeah.
And there's still tons of room in here with the panelling as well. And has this one got the spare wheel in the boot, or is it underneath?
No, we got it. There's no spare wheel.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't carry a spare wheel.
Yeah, right.
So got a phone number of tow trucks.
Yep.
Same as my other cars. You can't get back wheels off it if you wanted to anyway on the side of the road. So you have to. Yeah, so you got to put on stands and drop the diff, have you, to get the wheels off? Yeah,
okay, right.
So it's one of those jobs, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But anyway.
It looks good.
Yeah, tow trucks are everywhere nowadays, but luckily I don't need them. I haven't used one yet, so.
All right, well, you've got another couple of cars for us to have a look at, so let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, run right behind you.
All right, mate, so the Chevy pickup.
Yeah, it's a 56 Chevy pickup. It's got a 383 in it, 671 blower, twin 4 barrels on it.
Awesome.
And turbo 350 in it, and a Jag rear in it.
Yeah, nice.
It runs 15s by 8s on the front and 11 by 17s on the rear.
Yeah, they're massive on the back, aren't they?
Yeah,
huge.
Yeah, it gives it that nice little rake driving down the street.
Yeah. So how long have you had this one?
This one, I didn't. Be honest, I had one to build, and I just couldn't get myself to start it on it, and whatever reason, my gut feeling never said to go ahead and start. And I know it was, if I started, it was going to cost a fortune to build. So I only just finished my other one my Chev anyway, my other Chev, and I thought I couldn't get started. So anyway, I ended up selling it. Then I ended up going to America in 2010. Went there for a cruise and driving around America from New York to LA and got to San Francisco actually. And in San Francisco we started looking and we ended up finding one. And I found this one. I ended up buying it as it is, believe it or not, and I brought it back here and I got it registered, and I had to change the blower on it. And apart from that, it was it was licensed for blower, but I had to change the air cleaner on the bonnet.
Okay, yeah. Well, just to get the height restrictions.
Yeah, the height restriction on it, yeah. So, but it's a nice car. You hear it before you see it.
I'll bet.
It's all legal. It's all legal what it's got in it. So it's been registered as it is. So
it's all put together in the States then, the whole lot, holus bolus?
Yeah, the whole lot. Yeah. I had to put wipers on it. Didn't have wipers. The beauty about this, my wife likes driving around in this one. It's it's very thirsty. Drinks more than what we put together. It's 2.8 kilometres to the the litre.
Yeah, wow.
So, you got to watch where you go and how far you go on it. So
Make
sure there's a service station.
A couple of 44s in the back, mate. Yeah.
No, it's pretty thirsty.
Yeah.
So, but it's a beautiful car to drive. Jag rear, independent front on it, which drives like sitting in a nice car. So.
Yeah, no, perfect. Yeah. And do you know what colour it is?
No, I don't. Unfortunately, I don't, because I got painted in the States. And but it's it's a bit of a, not candy apple red, but like a, what would you say it would be? Yeah. But it's very nice in the sun. The brewery brings it up in the sun more than what it is in here. So, but It's still original, never done anything to it as it is. So I had the seat reupholstered actually. The bench seat, it was cloth, we put leather seat in it. And I was going to put buckets, and I thought, well, only two of us driving around. If one of my grandkids or my grandson wants to come for a cruise, we can't take him. So left a bench seat so he can sit in the middle. I tried it down the track in Kwinana, but being a light rear end and a Jag gear, it's too light now on the back end to hold the track. So I wanted to give it a go, see what it was do down the quarter mile, but unfortunately I couldn't do it.
Oh, a few bags of concrete in the back, mate. That was the old trick, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Bit of weight over the axle. Yeah.
But anyway, it's a nice cruiser. You can sit in it all day too, drive around this one. It's beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, let's check out what's under the lid. All right, so quite the mountain of metal.
Yeah, there is a bit of aluminium under there and a bit of horsepower.
All right, so tell us what you're running under here.
A 350 stroke to a 383. We've got a 671 blower. We've got twin carbies on it, twin 4 barrels.
Yep.
Power steering. Pretty well, yeah, it's pretty well much under there. I said the 350 turbo's 350 in it. It's from the Jag rear. It's aluminium radiator, fueling system, filtered, and just runs a normal 98. I've have some avgas in it at one time, but runs quite well on that too. So just to give it a go.
Yeah, nice. Well, it's very tidy under here. Like, it's very clean.
Yeah.
They've decluttered and that sort of thing.
That's right.
When it all went in, so.
Yeah, you can get in there and get your hands dirty, whatever.
Yeah.
Put a new fuse panel in it for fuses. It was blown to fuses, and so we changed the fuse panel. So that's all done. So yeah, apart from that, everything else is pretty well as it was. Yeah.
Now, you said you went through the engine when you first got it?
Yeah, I had to rebuild the motor. It was leaking a lot of oil and pushing oil out through the to the breeders. What it was, where it was bored out originally, the size of the bore didn't suit the pistons. There was too much ring gap.
Okay.
So we had to rebore it and put new pistons in it, and we got it done. And yeah, stopped the oil leaks and everything else. And then about 12 months ago, I had to change the rocket covers on it. The original LE rocket covers were just leaking oil. I couldn't stop them from leaking, so I ended up buying 2 new ones, replaced those, and yeah, away it goes. Stop the oil leaks.
Oh, perfect. Well, look, schmick under here, mate. So there's obviously nothing leaking anymore.
No, it's good. Yeah. I don't beat it up like all my cars. I don't beat them up. I did that in the early days, but yeah, I beat them up nowadays. You break it, you got to fix it yourself.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's a bit more time and money these days than it used to be as well.
That's right.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah, back in the day, I don't think we realised how good we had it back in the day.
Yeah, you can go to Wreckers in the early days and buy something. You can't do that nowadays on these things.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that's it.
Throw a second-hand part in there, but now you can't, so a bit different.
Well, let's head round and check the trim out.
Yeah. All right.
Very wide, aren't they?
Yeah, very wide. It's very comfortable for 3 people sitting in it.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Yeah.
A bit slippery being leather, but it's very nice. I say it's comfortable to drive in and sit in it, cruising around. We've got all new gauges in it. It's all been replaced, and adjustable steering column.
Like, I really like the dash face in this one. It's custom, but it's really nice.
Yeah.
And the only thing in here is just the modern radio, and that's
the
about
modern radio. That's about it. Yep.
But yeah, they've painted the dash up really nice.
Handbrake's still the original handbrake on it.
Got to remember, these were just agricultural vehicles, really, weren't they?
They were.
They're very, very simple.
Straight axle in the front and everything else, and
yeah. There's really not a lot in them, is there?
No.
When it comes to the creature comforts, anyway.
No, that's right.
Yeah, no, it must be great to go out cruising. Like you say, if the wife enjoys.
Yeah, she loves this more than the other
bonus.
ones. Yeah. So I think she's sitting up a lot higher, and yeah. The other thing she doesn't like, well, I don't get to hear her anyway. She's in my ear because it's a bit noisier.
Nice.
That's all right. She's not bad. I'm only just joking.
No, that's perfect. That's spot on. We've got to have a laugh.
Of course you do. Yeah, you can't do anything serious in life.
Yeah, no, nice.
Then we've got a fire extinguisher on it as well. So.
Yep. And they finished the hood lining off really nicely too. Like,
Just
Yeah.
because that was probably originally how it was done. It would have been
No,
that
no,
fibrous.
Eric reupholstered it all for me, Myri Trimmers.
Yep.
Yeah, he did that, and I said, did my EH and did my Chev. He's done all my cars from day one.
Yep.
My very first DH, he reupholstered that for me as well.
Yep, spot on. Well, you know what they say, when you're onto a good thing, you just stick with
to
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's it. Let's jump out and have a look around the back.
All right, not a problem.
All right, mate, so the nice big bed on this one, huge tubs.
Yeah, been tubbed out for the bigger wheels, 11-inch wheels on the rear. All the decking's been redone, and
Yep.
so it's pretty well standard. A lot of pickups nowadays have got that similar sort of look in the back of it. So,
Well, they originally had the timber floors in them, didn't they? But
Yeah, they did, yeah,
it
but
wouldn't have
not
been anywhere near as
near as
nice
good.
as timber
No,
as what they
no,
use these
that's right.
days.
number plates on it too. I started thinking, what number plate shall I go with, and I ended up thinking of this one. My first name I actually came up with.
Yep. Yeah, nice.
So everybody I mentioned it to, they liked it. So I thought I'll stick to it, and I ended up getting it. So
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the chrome on these old things always gets me. They're so big and massive. Hey, like
Yeah,
just
it
huge,
just
big
makes a
bumpers.
car. You need chrome on a vehicle. It just brings up the paint and everything on it, the gloss and the shine and everything. It just
Yeah,
so it definitely makes a big difference. You got a bit of chrome around a car nowadays.
Yeah, well, it's a thing of the past, really, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is. Yeah, it is.
yeah.
The sad part, there's not too many good chromers left in WA, so you got to go over east, they talking, or go overseas to get a chromed. The other thing I had to put when I first got it registered, I knew somebody had one and they got a license not long prior to me. He could have used the red indicators, you know, the brake light, your park light. But when I went to get it registered, I had to put the orange indicators on it to get it registered.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
Yeah, so I had to go to them. So ended up finding a couple that suited it, and where we went.
Yeah, well, at least they're very similar shape to the old one, and they look the part. That's for sure.
Yeah.
If you didn't tell people, they'd probably think it was just meant to be there. So
I won't tell you what they came off.
yeah, it's probably off a motorbike or something.
They are actually Harley Davidson.
Fair enough, love it. No,
Yeah.
if it works, it works.
Yeah,
hey?
so why not? Yeah, I thought it suited it, so I thought when they get two of those, and away we went.
Yeah, no, perfect.
Yeah.
You got the nice dual exhaust.
Yeah, dual
hanging down the
exhaust.
back
I
there,
had to, when I first, because the original exhaust, it used to come out behind the cab.
Okay.
And that was, deafening.
Ear rattling, yeah.
Yeah, too much. And I couldn't have it to get it registered.
Yep.
Put the exhaust through, 3-inch exhaust. And the first time I got it, went through licensing, it was too noisy. I had to put rear mufflers on it as well.
Yeah.
So I had to change them actually and go to a quieter one.
Yeah.
It was too noisy, the noise level. So, yeah.
Yep.
It's under, I think it's 90 decibels, had to be under
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
Yeah, but you see, you still hear it before you see it, so.
And you don't want it too loud if you're going to
No,
spend
you
if you're
want
going to
it
spend any time in it driving it.
Yeah, that's right.